How's it, folks, and welcome to this video where I demonstrate how to get to an easy rune farm basically from level 1. For those of you who are higher level already into the game, you can skip to later on into the video where I basically just show you where the rune farm is and how to do it. For those of you who are new to the game, this basically shows you how to get to the rune farm from the get-go. I would actually recommend for those new to the game to try it out first, get through, play the game, because especially in the early levels, runes are easy to come by, and it's only in the really later levels where you need massive amount of runes just for singular level up. And then to start off with, basically either need to fight the grafted sign or die to it, in which case you will fall to the bottom of the cliff and Milena and Torrent will come and rescue you. Like and subscribe will really help me out. And if it's the first time you're playing through, just watch the cutscenes. I'm skipping it just to shorten the video length. And then going down that little hole by that dead spirit then is basically the tutorial for this game. If you're a newcomer, I would recommend going down there. And then once you've got through that, you basically come up. These are little grey sites. They're basically where you spawn. So I would recommend interacting with them as you come across them. And then you go up this elevator and it will take you to the start of the map, which is called Limgrave. From there, you will open up to another grey site, which I would recommend interacting with, as well as an NPC. Do not attack him on sight. He is an NPC and he is involved in some quests. So how quests in Elden Ring work, you basically speak to them until you exhaust all dialogue. That's basically it. It's not overly complicated. There isn't a quest log for keeping track of the stuff, so you'll just have to remember what happened. And then once you've passed that grey site, you run through. Ignore the tree sentinel. He's going to whoop your ass when you level 1. It's beating your head up against the wall trying to fight him at level 1. So just ignore him, run past him, and then come into this little church for another grey site. And speak to that merchant to get the crafting tools, and then you could also teleport back here later on to that grey site specifically to speak to another NPC character who will hand you a bell and some spirit ashes, which are basically summons that can help you fight in certain areas and boss fights. So they definitely help for newcomers and getting into the game. Don't feel ashamed for having to use them. There's nothing wrong with using summons. Nothing at all. Once you're through there, basically run along this pathway. You could fight these guys and get used to the combat and whatnot. Otherwise, run past these ruins and then go to that grey site in front of that gatehouse where you will meet Melina again. Watch the cutscene. It's not too shabby. And then make sure you accept the offer she gives you, because otherwise you won't be able to level up at all. She will also give you a whistle, which will give you access to Torrent the horse, which will allow you to move around much faster in the world. Once you've gotten Torrent, you basically just need to follow the route I'll show you to get to the next church grey site, in which case you'll get to a teleport area that will teleport you to another more late game area where things are a lot harder to do. I would actually recommend swapping the Grace Mimic for the Spectral Seed for Torrent on the quick menu. The Grace menu basically, if you get stuck somewhere, it will teleport you to your last visited site, but it would also remove all your runes in your inventory. So I don't actually recommend doing it. It's generally better to just try and solve whatever issues you come through yourself. So if you keep following this road, you'll come across that another person speaking. See that brown bush on the left? If you clap that once, you'll get another NPC quest line to start interacting with. I'm just ignoring it because I want to get to the farming spot quicker to show it off. these little scarab things, they basically unlock abilities that you can inscribe onto various weapons called Ashes of War. Not all weapons though, some weapons are stuck with the Ash of War they come with. Those are generally the more unique ones, but the more common weapons you can generally change Ash of War you want to whatever you want, as long as you have Ash of War. Keep following down this path, and then there should be a grey site pretty much in front of where I'm running towards. And on the ruins to the left over there's another NPC that you can talk to start a questline. I would recommend doing his questline as well, because there are a limited number of final upgrade materials to get, and his questline, Kenneth Hyde's questline, along with Nefli Lu, allow you to get some extra upgrade match for the final levels, because it does make a difference in the damage you do with upgraded weapons. I would generally recommend going for that, even if you take longer to level up. And then this is the important church. For those of you who just joining us who skip the running part, this church also has if you sit down at that grey site, also has a nice conversation with Melina. So if you want to watch that, I have other videos on the channel about that stuff. And then you basically just need to run behind the church and then come to this little teleport, which will take you to Caelid, which is a very dangerous part of the game for early game players. It's joked about in the forums about being Australia, but it can be pretty deadly with all the oversized massive monsters, dragons all over the place, poison, swamp. It's just generally unpleasant, let's say. So I would recommend popping that grey site just in case you somehow die on the run towards the rune farm. And then you also can pick up a golden seed on the way there. That's basically to help increase the amount of health potions or mana potions for your character that you use when you get to the next grey site. And then you'll need to cross this bridge. You should be able to run past the dragon without having to fight to kill it. It's not a major issue. And then that tower to the left of the dragon over there, that's basically where we're going to be heading. I think it's called Lenne's Rise or something similar. And that's the rune farm for early level runes. There is another one for mid to more late game, but you need to get a bit more advanced to get through there, as well as having some sort of ranged weapon. But you also get significantly more runes per setup for that. This was also discovered fairly early on, so there are other videos around this specific rune farm as well. So once you've gotten down here, you need to find the little whirlwind of wind like that you need to jump into, and it will make you land safely so you don't die from that height. And then come around the tower to this nice little grey site. From here, you basically just need to run down the hill and then there will be a ball will teleport behind you with intending to run over you Indiana Jones style. You just need to get out of the way so that the ball falls down the cliff while looking at the ball. When the ball breaks apart, you get the ruins from it, like so. A nice 1952 ruins. And you could repeat this as often as you like, as long as you go back to the grey site. You can either run up to the grey site, or once you've finished it, teleport back to the grey site. And you can, as I mentioned previously, you can do this as often as you like. The one other benefit for doing this rune farming is getting the last final little levels of or not levels, last little runes of leveling up for your levels. If you would like to see me do another video about the more mid to late game rune farm, please leave a comment to let me know. Otherwise, like and subscribe will really help out the channel. Have a great day. Cheers for now, guys.